Hello everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Tiara Burnett, City of Hagerstown Council Member. And before I get started, sorry I can't be there. I did tell Pastor Mac that I would not be physically there, and he said, oh well, at least do a video, so here I am. And before I get into it on Let's Do It Again through education, first I want to give a little bit of background about me. So as I mentioned, I am an elected official. How I got here, it was a journey. I am born and raised in Hagerstown, and I'm raising my daughter who's 12, also in Hagerstown. I have so much history here, but going back to education, I was one of those studious kids growing up in Bethel Gardens off the Jonathan Street area, and I had no other choice. I had to be in books, I had to study hard. I was not an athlete, so I was not envisioning going to an NBA whatsoever. But what I did know is that the people around me in that neighborhood definitely kept me grounded, kept me supported throughout whatever I wanted to do. And with that found sense of family and closeness, I realized that I can do anything. And also from that neighborhood, I saw how people looked at us from the outside of the community. I saw how they didn't have any expectations of us whatsoever. But I said, no. I'm going to tell them and show them that we're much better than what you perceive that as. Now that I'm older, I shouldn't care what they thought. I was involved in going to our youth center. At one point it was called Memorial Recreation, and now it's called Robert W. Johnson Community Center, and also going to Boys and Girls Club. But there I met my heroes, the pillars of the community, Miss Ruth Ann Monroe and others. And at Boys and Girls Club, I had a teen counselor named Takesha Martinez, who is now our first current Black mayor, and a woman. So another full circle moment that we are serving together because we all grew up in the same neighborhood. But after all the education, I came back home to Hagerstown, and I looked around in that same neighborhood, the same community, and realized something was different. It didn't have the same feeling that I once felt when I was a kid, but I also saw that there was a lot of need. So I went back to that same youth center that I grew up and became a board member. It didn't have the same feeling that I once felt when I was a kid, but I also saw that there was a lot of need. So I went back to that same youth center that I grew up and became a board member. And then eventually my sister Ed Williams started to run the Ruth Ann Monroe Summer Basketball League. We just celebrated our 60th year this past summer. And that's another opportunity to get involved too. We have over 240 kids that play basketball at Wheaton Park for free. So although education got me to this point, I also realized that I need to take what I've learned and give it back to the kids. So I had these opportunities to talk to the kids about science, especially about math, about how it's important to at least learn something new. And I had the outlet by coming home and getting involved. And then fast forward, I got involved with the Wheaton Park project. I spearheaded that project under the city's umbrella, and we now have all kinds of improvements and renovations, then another opportunity to give back. But in my role as a senior manager for a biotech company, I always tell people, I don't want to be the only one. I don't want to be the only Black girl, only Black woman in this science field. I need you guys to come with me. So I've spearheaded so many opportunities for college students to come on site. Our company now is elected official. The kids that I work with, the teenagers I work with, I can be their recommendation for colleges and scholarships. I love that for all of us because I've experienced some things and I want to share that with the youth and get them involved, but not only just with college, because as an elected official, I know that we need city engineers. We need people getting on those light poles and fixing the lights or fixing traffic lights or picking up trash. We need all those things, but you can't get them all if you do nothing. So I have been encouraging kids to get licenses, and now even like young adults, you don't have to go to college. Yes, that's important, but you can't just be complacent. You have to do your part because at the end of the day, we're all we got. So I hope my story was inspirational to learn and to give back. If not, blame it on Pastor Mac. Have a good evening.